SpongeBob? Daddy, dance now. How does he say it? Just how you feel it,
In daylight, we go undercover, wait out the sun. Got a secret side in plain sight. Where the streets are empty, that's where we run. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes. We could be heroes. Me and you. We could be
Smells like a wound. Yuck.
Anybody's got the power. They don't see it 'cause they don't understand. Spinning round and round for hours. You and me, we got the world in our hands. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes. We could be heroes.
Ravioli. Give me the formioli. From SpongeBob.
We could be heroes. Me and you. We could be. We could be looking for is love in a little light, love in a little light. We could be. All we're looking for is love in a little light, love in a little light. We could be. We could be.
Daddy, dance now.
We could be.
How does he say it? Like, it would be.
In daylight, we go undercover, wait out the sun. Got a secret side in plain sight. Where the streets are empty, that's where we run. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes. We could be heroes. Me and you. We could be heroes. We could be.
Smells like a wound. Yuck.
Anybody's got the power. They don't see it 'cause they don't understand. Spinning round and round for hours. You and me, we got the world in our hands. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes. We could be heroes.
Like ravioli. Give me the formioli. From SpongeBob.
We could be heroes. Me and you. We could be. We could be looking for is love in a little light, love in a little light. We could be. All we're looking for is love in a little light, love in a little light. We could be. We could be.
Body dance now.
We could be.
How did you say it?
Like, it would be.
In daylight, we go undercover, wait out the sun. Got a secret side in plain sight. Where the streets are empty, that's where we run. Everyday people do everyday things, but I can't be one of them. I know you hear me now. We are a different kind. We can do anything. We could be heroes.
Yes, I know the suspense is killing you. We do have students, they are coming.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk the guy, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you go find yourself.
Standing in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah,
and the world's gonna know your name.
yeah,
'Cause you burn with the brightest flame,
yeah,
and the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be alone.
Well, we should welcome and congratulate these candidates that are getting pinned tonight, don't you think? My name is Dr. Gene Lutzinger. I am the Dean of the School of Interprofessional Health and Safety Services. I want to welcome you and also introduce just two people, and then I'm going to turn it over and let the really hard workers run the rest of the show here. I'm just the guy on the sidelines to make sure the lights stay on. I would like to recognize our Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Jane Bradley. And then, before I introduce you, can I do one thing? We know that you couldn't be standing up here if it weren't for your family and loved ones that are sitting out here. Maybe we could give them a hand for all they've gone through to get you here. Awesome, thank you. I'd like to introduce to you at this time Ms. Sean Burrow, who is the chair of the nursing program here at Hawkeye.
Hello and welcome, as Dr. Lutzinger said. So my name is Sean Burrow and I'm the Nursing Administrative Chair here at Hawkeye. And ideally, I just want to introduce the hardworking faculty that we have here, because without them, these guys truly would not be where they are today. So when we get all done, you guys can give a big shout out to the faculty as well, okay? So to start, we have Sandra Lynn. And next we have Mr. Russ Culbertson. Following that, we have Dr. Sandy Gardner. And next we have Ruth Gady. And finally, Teresa Culpepper. Very good. All right, thank you very much. We will now go ahead and have the PN speakers come on down.
I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight. You should know you all were invited to be here because you are all part of the reason that we are all here. You are our support systems, the ones we have complained to, cried on, neglected, and depended on through this journey we've all been on. You've even let us practice our skills on you by letting us take your blood pressures until it seemed like your arms would fall off. Luckily, we weren't required to practice inserting catheters on family members. As one of the old moms in the group, going to college for the first time as a 40-something mom was absolutely terrifying. Thank you to my husband, my children, my parents, and my in-laws. I could not have gotten this far without all of you. And thank you, all my classmates, for letting the old lady hang out with you. Each and every one of you have touched me in some way, and I am as proud of each of you as I am myself for getting this far. I cannot imagine going through this crazy ride with a better group of people. I've made lifelong friends that I never expected to. Thank you to all of our teachers as well, Dr. Gardner, Ms. Culpepper, Mr. Culbertson, Mrs. Gady, Mrs. O'Hare, and our sim lab instructors, Mrs. Mikey, Kylie, and Mr. Ridge. Thank you, Mr. Lutzinger, for, where'd you go? For quizzing us in the hallway while we were doing some last-minute cramming. And thank you, Mrs. Burrows, for always encouraging you, and I lost you too. We obviously wouldn't be here without all of you. We've laughed with you, learned from you, maybe cursed you a little here and there. Just kidding, mostly. But seriously, thank you. Thank you for molding us into the nurses we will be. I think I can speak for all of us when I say we started nursing school. When we started nursing school, we had no clue what we were in for. It's been stressful, crazy, fun. Did I mention stressful? I'm sure each of us has had a time where we weren't sure if we were even going to make it this far. Those tests are really, really hard. But we did. We made it. We even made it through pharmacology. To those moving away and won't be here next semester, we will miss you. Good luck wherever you end up. To those whose schooling is done, Tammy, congratulations. Good luck to you as you enter the nursing field. And for those of us who'll be back here in January, get ready for another crazy ride. Family and friends, please continue to do what you do best, support us, and let us use you as our guinea pigs. Even though we've all been stressed to our limits, I know none of us would trade this experience for anything. To be able to achieve our goals is what it's all about. We've done it. Congratulations to all of us.
Hello, everyone. Amy set the bar pretty high for me, so. Okay, I would like to start by thanking all of you for being here as well. Tonight, the light at the, the light at the end of the tunnel is finally here. It almost feels like a dream and unreal, but we did it. We didn't all start this journey together, but what matters is that we're finishing together. I've made some great friends this semester, and the saying, the friends you meet in nursing school will be lifelong friends, is true. Because who can relate to a nursing student better than another nursing student? With that being said, I have a lot of people and places to thank for that, starting with Starbucks. Ashley likes Dr. Pepper. I like peanut M&Ms. Jackie, you come in with a McDonald's cup every day. Essential oils. Chips and queso, that's my weakness. Netflix, and any loved one who we may have yelled, screamed, or ugly cried at. On a serious note, this semester has been intense, but that is what will make us the great nurses we will be. As some of you might not know, we are the last graduating class of LPNs here at Hawkeye. Going forward, we might be creating our own path, but I want all of us to remember what we are and what our class represents. Take pride in the care you give every day. Always be respectful. And of course, therapeutic communication and critical thinking. Culpepper. I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified of you. I'm the outsider, and your expectations. I almost doubted myself, but I soon realized that was a silly thought. As the semester went on, I truly felt us all grow closer, and I feel we owe you the biggest thank you. Thank you for pushing us every day and helping us get to this point. I do go to bed hearing least invasive to most invasive. Hand hygiene, hand hygiene, hand hygiene. But someday that will be what I hear, and make me smile and get me through that stressful shift. To Dr. G, Mrs. Mikey, Lee, Mrs. Gady, Mr. Culbertson, Mrs. Burrow, Dr. Lutzinger, Kylie, everyone, we thank you as well. Thank you for the knowledge you have given us and supporting our breakdowns during SIM and just being there when we needed you guys. This is the first of many stepping stones in our careers, and I can't wait to see where we all end up. I'm so proud of all of you and wish you nothing but the best. I know you tell us that we don't have the permission to forget anything, but tonight's an exception. P.S. I hope you still like your golden tickets. Thank you, everyone.
Making me cry. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, ceremony is a pinning ceremony, and it reflects back to the Nightingale Pledge, which is where nurses formed a committee and decided that we needed a pledge because the Hippocratic Oath is for physicians, and we do more than they do. So, in 1893, they formed a pledge for nurses. And this evening, what we are going to do is we are going to celebrate all of that hard work that all of you have done and commemorate it with your families because you've earned this moment. So tonight you will get your Florence Nightingale lamp, your pin, and recite your pledge and become the nurses that you're meant to be.
Hi, I'm Ruth Gady. I'm going to go a little bit more lighthearted. I have Santa's advice to new grads. Okay. Nursing is really a wonderful profession, and it's so amazing to actually see some former students come in here. I've talked to some of my previous students too, and they're now nurse practitioners. It's really wonderful, and I know all of you guys have been involved in some aspect. Like the students say, you've been guinea pigs. I know when I was going through school, my current husband, I did the range of motion on him. I practiced. So we've all learned a lot, but here's my Santa's advice to new grads. First of all, we're going to go through the term Santa. Stay grounded in all your nursing basics. You've learned a lot in school and will even learn more as you go forward. One of my former students who now I'm going to be retiring as effective tomorrow, but yay! But anyhow, one of my former students said she has learned so much just since she got out of school, let alone what you learned in school. And you think, first of all, the bar is so high. The first 3 months you guys get out, it's going to go way up. So, always consider your patient's welfare, even really before your physicians. You have to be a patient advocate nowadays. You really speak for your patients. Sometimes you guys understand your patients much more than your physicians, so always consider them. And nothing ever goes exactly as you planned. I'm sure a lot of these students will go through that. Nursing is always changing. Take time for yourself. You've chosen a very demanding profession, but a very rewarding profession. And I understand the ADNs might get a little coal in their stocking this year for partying. Is that so? See, they know. Okay, above all, keep your passion alive, and you will have one of the most amazing careers that you can even imagine. So, congratulations, students. Okay, now I'd like to have the PNs stand, and as I call their names, hopefully correctly. Taylor Bain. By the way, if anybody wants to come down and take pictures, family members, you can come here and take pictures of your loved one. Jessica Banky. Hannah Hazelick. Did I say it correctly? Jacqueline Conger. Kenzie Dugan. Olivia Enos. Mercedes Fink. Nicole Galligan. Madeline Heath. Ashley Henke. Tammy Jasper. Erin Jordanger. Melissa Knutson. Abigail Larson. Bailey Mingo. Sarah Potlin. Elvis Sang. Aaron Sires. Jessica Smith. Amy Shammer. Shomer. Mariah Zeich. Okay, so I present to you the 2017 PN class of Hawkeye Community College. Now, if we can have all the students and anybody who's been a PN or is... Oh, okay. Okay.
So I wanted to explain the golden ticket. So pretty much every single day, in order to get into class the next day, we got a golden ticket assignment. On top of studying for like the really, really hard test, so we had to do a golden ticket. So this is our last golden ticket to Miss Culpepper.
Okay, so if anyone is a practical nurse currently practicing or whatever, if you'd like to stand too and recite the pledge, I'm going to start it and then I'm going to let the students go ahead and carry the rest of it. Okay. Before God and those assembled here, I solemnly pledge to adhere to the code of ethics of the nursing profession, to cooperate loyally with the other members of the nursing team, and to carry out faithfully and to the best of my ability the instructions of the physician or the nurse who may be assigned to supervise my work. I will not do anything evil or malicious. I will not knowingly give any harmful drug or assist in malpractice. I will not reveal any confidential information that may come to my knowledge in the course of my work. And I pledge myself to do all in my power to raise the standards and the prestige of practical nursing. May my life be devoted by service and to the high ideals of the nursing profession. Thank you.
Excuse me, I hope I don't lose my voice. I'll try to keep this short because a certain person warned me that they would time me. Nicole. We finally made it to this stage. We've put in so much blood, sweat, and tears. We couldn't have done it without all of you in the audience. Thank you for putting up with our crazy schedules and leaving us alone so we could study. Thanks for being okay with only seeing us long enough to yell, "Bye, love you," as we rushed out to class in the morning, and saying hi and good night as we staggered in late, bleary-eyed, and mumbling stuff about preventing placental fragmentation and postpartum hemorrhage. I personally want to thank several people. My dad's parents, my Nana and Papa, who weren't able to be here tonight, but who are watching the live feed now. My Nana, who became an RN more than 50 years ago, and who told me her inspiring stories. She always tells me, don't ever forget to do good, compassionate, basic patient care. My mom's parents also played a huge role. So many days of the week, I would go to their house after class or all day. They fed me free food and let me stay till 10 or 11 p.m. They were always there to talk to and share their wisdom. I'll never forget these last 2 years I've been able to spend getting to know my grandparents so well, and I'm so grateful that I got to. I also am grateful to God for the opportunity to be a nurse. My faith in Jesus made me want to choose a career that helped me show the compassion that Jesus did. Some of us in this class are combined from other schools or other classes. Some of us have been together the full 2 years. I don't think we knew how close we'd be by graduation when we met for orientation on that freezing night in January 2 years ago, when we were so excited to look at all of the cool gear that we would get to use because we were becoming professionals. We've made fun of each other, pulled out our hair together, and made friendships that will last for life. Some of my favorite memories have been splattering Mrs. Gady with egg when trying out a new IV, and trying not to laugh at the sounds made by our mannequin patients in SimLab.
The homework packets we were assigned for our patients once or twice a week had 20 to 30 pages. I think the most satisfying feeling for all of us was drawing a big X over the pages that did not apply to our patients. That was so satisfying. Also, a few months ago, one of our classmates announced she was pregnant. One of us suggested maybe Mrs. Tiemann would give extra credit for that in our maternal newborn class. And someone else said, if Ms. Tiemann was giving extra credit for that, there would be a lot of people getting pregnant right now. Of course, we can't forget our instructors. In past semesters, we had Ms. Gardner, Ms. Herrera, Ms. Gady, Mr. Culbertson, as well as Ms. Culpepper. This last semester, it's been Ms. Tiemann and Ms. Lynn, who are both leaving Hawkeye with us and moving on to new things. We're grateful all these instructors shared their knowledge with us so we could get here. To Ms. Tiemann, who's not here tonight, we want to thank you for uprooting yourself from Ohio for a year to come try Iowa. Obviously, it's been too warm in these glorious tropics for you to want to stay here. Thank you for wanting us to be the best nurses that we could possibly be and challenging us to learn new things. And thank you for helping us with our grades this last few weeks. Miss Lynn, thank you so much for being our psychiatrist as well as our teacher. As the last class of the day, I am sure you must have spent a few minutes hyperventilating in your office and then slowly pacing your steps as you walked toward our classroom. When you cracked the door, you were greeted by a mass of hormonal females who just wanted to go home and immediately began pouring out their hearts and their life woes upon you in a waterfall of stress that you didn't ask to have shared with you. But very graciously, once you let people talk and tried to comfort them, the steam dissipated, the emotions were contained, and everyone settled into their seats to slog through another week of nursing school. But not before trying the, couldn't you just give us all an A trick? I'm sure we must have caused some of your stress-induced health problems, but since you didn't want to waste an opportunity, you taught and lectured based on your signs and symptoms. Miss Lynn, we will always remember your patience, and we are so grateful you stayed calm with us. As new grads, we're looking forward to saying goodbye forever to patient packets and the eternity's worth of ATI modules. Now all we have to do when we're doing our patient education is to tell them that smoking causes thromboembolisms and deep vein thromboses, hypertension, cerebral vascular accidents, transient ischemic attacks, myocardial infarctions, venous disease, arterial disease, Buerger's disease, chronic bronchitis, liver cirrhosis, leukemia, renal tumors, liver cancer, stomach cancer, colorectal cancer, lung cancer, oral cancer, laryngeal cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's, and last but not least, gastroesophageal reflux disease, or heartburn. And then the number one therapeutic question to ask the patient is, how does that make you feel? We're nurses, and we know all that stuff now, so we should be just fine.
I, like most everyone here, am very, very proud of you, young ladies and men, going off into nursing. I will have to differ with one thing, though. Your education is not stopping tonight. You will continue to grow, even if it is day by day. I always felt like there wasn't if I didn't have a pearl for the day, it was a wasted day, whether it is just a trick of the trade, something you wish you would have known earlier. And if you're anything like me, let's see, I just finished schooling 2 years ago, so look at how many years you have to go on that. So, and I will leave you with words of wisdom from one of my very first nurse managers. And that is, there are no bad days, there are only character building experiences. So let us have the ADN class of 2018 stand, and I will read your names. 17, that's right. I'm sorry. I apologize. Ellen Batten Kimball. Janice Bell, better known as Janie. Rachel Black. Josie Carlson. Jenna Crooks. Amy Albert, sorry. Madigan Hilliard. Tanya Lawin. Taylor Logan. Nemo. Rubia Murdoch. Erica Ross. Lisa Scott. Morgan Sill. Nicole Smith. Sydney Turner. Jennifer Woods. Amy Ronsky. We will now have our graduating RN students, no longer students, recite the Florence Nightingale Pledge. And anyone in the audience that is also an RN, please join us. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping, and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my profession. Congratulations.
All right. right, well, it is with great honor that I present to you the class of 2017 Hawkeye Community College nursing graduates.
My class asked me to do this. Go home, guys, and celebrate, but remember, you gotta be back in the morning.